Hey guys, Brian here. It's April 29th, 2015, and I'm just hanging out here in the van. I came down to the bay today. I got the day off. I worked last night, but I got done about 3:30 a.m., so I came straight down to the bay, got a nice parking spot. I was able to fall asleep and get quite a few hours of sleep in, which I've been kind of hurting for since I started this second night job. I am adjusting though. It's, at the first couple nights I didn't think I was going to be able to handle it, but it feels like I'm adjusting. It's actually a really neat experience. I'm doing some work that I've never done before, and it's contracted work, so we work in different places, mostly big hotels, which is neat. This last job was in the Hard Rock Hotel in downtown San Diego, and the work was in the kitchen, so I got to kind of see the inner workings of how a hotel kitchen operates while I was working, and talk to some new people, and overall it was a great experience. So the pay is good, so I'll be waiting on my first paycheck here coming up at the end of the week. So something that I went into not feeling too good about is actually turning out hopefully to be something that's going to really help me get closer to my goals. So so I'm down here at the bay. It is extremely windy. I'll give you a shot of what's going on here. You see a sailboarder out there. The wind is just super strong today, so I was going to do my video kind of outside today, but it's so windy that the audio would not pick up, so I'm coming at you from the adventure van here. And anyway, talking about the adventure van, I've been having some issues I mentioned in my last few videos with some stalling and kind of shuddering while I was driving, kind of like cutting out and then coming back on, or just cutting out completely and then me having to restart it. So I actually took it in last week, at the end of last week, and they put their scanner on it. A code came up that it had a bad crank sensor, and a lot of times that can cause the stalling like it was. So they replaced it, test drove it. It didn't trigger any more codes, so they called me up and gave it back to me. It was $200, $95 for the parts, $95 for the labor, plus tax, and they charged me for a waste fee. I don't know what that was for. So I drove it for a few days over the weekend, and within a day I was having the same issue again. It actually seemed kind of worse. It did stall a few times, but instead of stalling like it usually did, it would just kind of like cut out real quick and come back on, like really like shuddering kind of. And then of course when it's doing that, I had no power, so I would have to like pull over, put it on my hazards, and then what I would do is just like put it in neutral, rev it up real good, and then it seemed to help, and then I could put it in drive and get going again. And it was really just not running well. So I called them up, they scheduled me in a few days from that, took it in again, and this time I actually had some other issues before I brought it in. I popped the hood and noticed there was a small stream of coolant coming from like a pinhole in one of the heater hoses, and it was like streaming right onto the alternator and ignition coil. So I thought, oh, there's our problem. It's just been such a small leak that we didn't notice it, and so I brought it in. They thought the same thing, replaced it, and but they did mention that a lot of times with issues like this, it just may be they just have to keep hooking up their scanner and addressing these codes. And so anyway, they did that. I thought, gosh, fingers crossed. I really think they fixed it this time. So I've been driving it for only a day, and it hasn't stalled, but it did kind of like hesitate, shuddered real quickly like it was, but nowhere to the extent of it, just real quick, and it just made me kind of think, oh gosh, here we go again. But it was so minor that I don't know. But anyway, it did trigger a check engine light, so I'm going to bring it back in one more time. Hopefully they can maybe address it while I'm there, just scan it, which they do for free at this shop. And but yeah, I'm just going to have to keep bringing it back until we get this solved. fortunately, I have the money. That's all of this, work I've been doing on budgeting and really trying to save money. It's been for stuff like this. If I'm going to do this big road trip here at the end of summer, I need to be confident that this van is going to be sound on the road. And I'm actually in the frame of mind now where I have enough time. If this really turns out to be like a lemon and they just can't get it running right, I'm motivated enough that I'll even sell this and try to pick up another van and get it running before that trip. But that's last resort. I really have faith in this van. I think it's a good vehicle. It has low miles, and I think it just has some problems that need to be addressed. So I will keep you guys posted on that. The reason why I make a big deal about kind of the budgeting and I address how much money I pull in, and I had a couple messages about, sharing your income is really kind of tacky. Most people don't do that. And I somewhat agree. But I really feel that this day and age that it's really helpful information. I think it's information that if I would have had in my younger years, just knowing about people's finances and how they handle it, how much money they're bringing in, and being able to kind of equate the lifestyle you see people living and to actually know what kind of money they're making to live that lifestyle. And I'm living a very simple, minimalistic lifestyle, so it's really not that big of a deal for me. I have no problem sharing with people out there that really want to get an idea of what it costs to live simply like this. So that's really my motivation behind that. I'm not trying to boast or make people feel sympathy for me that I don't make a lot of money. Like, I'm happy living the life that I live. I'm doing this, for a reason. It's going to help me attain things that I want to do, as well as I enjoy living like this. It's really grown on me, and I just enjoy the simplicity, being mobile, and the sacrifice of the few comforts that I've had to sacrifice. It's really worth all of the other benefits that I'm getting from it. So I just wanted to touch on that because I am doing a lot of talking about some personal things. That's just how I am. I'm a personal person. I want people to kind of know and understand what I'm going through as I go on this path. And I feel like I'm in a stage right now where I'm kind of learning and growing, and the big fun adventure filled stuff is really coming soon, but I'm preparing for it. Financially, I'm saving money to have to be sustainable, so if I do run into problems on the road, I don't have to turn around or abort mission. I can take care of them, address them, and keep moving on. So that's really what I'm trying to do with the videos right now. And every video is not going to be explaining why and how what I'm doing here. I just felt like it was time to touch on that. I realized that I broke 1,000 subscribers, and to me that's amazing. I just want to thank everybody that's interested in watching, and I just want to let people know that are new to the channel or that have been following along that what you're getting here is continue to just be real. It's just my life, real and simple. And I'm flattered that people are interested, and I hope you can learn something, get some entertainment, and really have a sense of community here. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm really feeling the benefits already. I get a lot of positivity from my comments and messages, and it's really made this whole experience very joyful, fun, and exciting. So I thank you guys, and we will definitely be seeing you guys soon. Peace.